Let's roll. I'm gonna let you guys do whatever you want at the beginning of class today. You can sit down and find an easy seat if that's feeling grounding and easy to you. You can lay down on your backsides. Use the props. Don't use the props. I just want you to find a space where, or the posture where you feel like the breath can flow pretty easy. Some things there, if you're feeling like being a little bit more creative, you can roll up the blanket or the towel if you have one, and then place a block at one end so it kind of turns into a bit of a wedge shape, like an incline shape. And then you can take Supta Baddha Konasana over that. That's really lovely too, just to play with something different. But you do you. Take your way, take your time getting into that beginning shape. So as you're coming into this beginning easy shape today, just take the time to let out any of the wiggles, to adjust the body however you feel is appropriate for you. And again, finding that physical space where the breath can really move easily through the body. And just close the eyes if they're not already. And let that awareness start to drop in. And I want you just to find your natural cadence of the breath. Just noticing the ease of the inhales and the exhales. Right. Maybe then, this has always been a powerful metaphor for me in my practice, is the ocean and water. And so if it is for you too, maybe even letting the breath become somewhat visual in that sense, as you're noticing both the power and the pattern of the inhales and the exhales coming in, as well as the maybe even the sound, the audible quality. Just kind of sitting within that space. And I'm going to read a poem called The Ocean You. This is by Nikita Gill. Some of you may have heard this poem before. This one I've been really loving a lot lately. Every time you think you're broken, know this: you are never really breaking, because no one can break an ocean, darling. All you are doing is breaking the glass that is holding you back, diving deeper into your own depths, discovering yourself in pockets of the most somber waves, and rebuilding your heart with coral, with seaweed, with moon-colored sand dust. So stop trying to hold yourself back inside that glass. It was never meant to hold you. Instead, break it and shatter it into 1,000 pieces and become who you were always meant to be, an ocean, proud and whole. And I love that so much, especially with this particular part of the yoga practice and focusing on our breath, because I think that the breath really is this reminder constantly, when we can take the time and have the awareness to tap into it, of this essence of perfect whole and completeness that's already within the body. And I'm a firm believer that how we do anything is how we do everything. So allowing that perfect whole and completeness within the breath to just land and percolate and simmer down into the tissues, simmer down into the physical body, kind of maybe even letting that, as it lands on the body, take away any of the shoulds of holding yourself upright or being in a certain way. And then, of course, letting it just dissolve some of the story that's floating around in the mind right now, anything that doesn't need to be here for the next little bit during our yoga practice. And then just start to deepen the breath. We're just going to take 5 deep inhales and exhales to start today. Super easy. Just deep inhale in and exhale out. Deep breath in and out. Again, just continuing to take these breaths, maybe even holding in the inhales a bit at the top just to feel full, and holding out the exhales to feel full or to feel empty. Good. And then when you're complete with these 5 rounds of breath and there's no rush to get there, just start to take some gentle movement through your spine. If you're on your backs, go ahead and roll up to seated. And if you're seated, you can continue to stay on a block or you can move it off to the side. But just start to take some gentle movements through your back, through your neck, through your shoulders. And we're just sensing for what's here. And then if you haven't already, maybe taking the hands to the fronts of the knees and just letting this movement get a little bit bigger. And you can stay, and I would challenge you to stay within this relationship to the breath. So the breath is really dictating the movement rather than your mental desires to move in a certain way. So noticing the ways that the inhales and the exhales want to move spaciousness into the spine. Letting the inhales flow one direction and the exhales flow another. Good. And then we'll just come to stillness here for a moment, taking the hands in front and then rocking onto the knees. So we're going to be in tabletop, hands are underneath the shoulders here, toes are tucked, knees hip distance apart. Push the earth away around the spine up towards the ceiling, tuck the chin in, and this isn't very active right away. This is just a bit of a verger. And then just drop the belly down. Tilt the tailbone back, move the heart forward. Good. And then just make these a little bit bigger. So growing the movement with your breath. Okay, continuing to grow this for one more round. And then on the inhale, when you catch it next, walk the fingertips forward. Just in front of the shoulders, and we're still here with the back neutral towards the earth. Draw the belly button up and in so you feel the low back flatten. Grip the mat with the fingertips and scoop the heart forward without letting the low back be compromised. So really keeping that full up and in. Take a breath in, heart forward, exhale, belt towards the earth. Inhale, come on up, round the spine, find that back torso parallel towards the earth. Exhale, round it down. 2 more times. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, round. Last time. Inhale, up. And exhale, round. Good. Staying here this time, keeping the feet tucked. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let the tops of the feet come down on towards the earth. Walk the hands back and just come to sit onto the heels. Hands on towards the thighs. I'm just going to take a moment of stillness, again, connecting back to the breath. Maybe connecting back to that ocean imagery. Finding yourselves at the peak of the breath as well as in that in-between trough space. And see if you can just find a little bit of enjoyment in that being part of the ride of the breath. We'll take the hands forward, tuck the toes. Come on to sit back onto the heels, and we're going to take the hands to interlace around the low back. Roll the shoulders back and let the heels of the hands drop below the sit bones, opening up the heart and the chest. Exhale out. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale out. And then bring the chin back to neutral. Take the clasped hands around to the left side body. So the right elbow bends and the right forearm's on the low back. Press the low back into the forearm so you feel a gentle tuck through the tailbone here. And then drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. And just breathe into the neck. Lift the chin back up. Let the arms come wide. Big hug around the shoulders. Good. And then find the opposite interlace. We're going to do that one more time. Get the fingers, I can never figure this out. Opposite interlace. Roll the shoulders back and down, open up the heart and the chest. Breathing here, the openness through the heart has a lot to do with grounding through the sit bones. So feel that grounding in the low body, feel the tailbone dropping, and then the opposition of the inhale, bringing the heart up. And then the chin will come back to neutral, and we'll take the clasped hands around to the right side body this time. Opposite ear to left shoulder. And again, you're just letting the breath do the work here in this stretch rather than really efforting the head over into this stretch. Just let the breath and the relaxation of the muscles in the neck be here. Good, and then reach it back up. Take the arms around, opposite arm over. Good, and then come on back into tabletop. Tuck the toes and start to send it back, keeping the knees really bent. As you come into this bent leg down dog, just start here. We're just gonna move through the shoulders, coming into a hovering tabletop on an inhale. And then on an exhale, send the hips back, belly towards the thighs. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Staying back here now, maybe taking this into the leg, stretching one leg straight, then the other. Nice. And then rising up onto the toes. Bend the knees a lot, gaze towards the front of the mat, step or hop forward. Feet hip distance apart. Take the fingertips to the shins, breathe the heart into a flat back. And then exhale, bend, belly down to the thighs, hands down to the biceps or the inner seam of the elbows. And just hang. Maybe bounce, maybe sway side to side. Good, and then rolling on up, one vertebrae at a time. Come on up. Take elbow circles, take shoulder circles. And feel into the upper body as it finds its length. And then we're going to take the right foot back behind the left. And it's kind of on the diagonal here, so it's not right in line. It's a bit back and on a diagonal. The right arm is going to reach out, left hand around the right wrist. Get long through the spine, and then take it over into a side bend. Gaze might turn and look up under the right armpit. If you can shift the drishti, shift the gaze slowly. Good. And then we'll find the opposite direction. Left foot steps behind, left arm sweeps high, hand around the wrist, reach up, and take it into the side bend. Good, and inhale, come all the way back up. Lift the gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, hands to shins. We're just going to move through a really easy vinyasa, stepping it back into plank. Feeling your strength here in plank for a moment. Feet hip distance apart. Lift the hips slightly and press down for the palms. Then rock it forward and come all the way onto your bellies. 3-part baby cobra series here. Before we do, let the tops of the feet press, pinky toes dial. Press down through the pubic bone. On an inhale, roll the shoulders back and scoop the heart forward. Exhale, roll down, move the fingertips out to the sides. Inhale, press, roll the shoulders back, lift. Exhale, down, now the fingertips just move about 6 inches in front. Last one, breathe it up. Exhale, roll it down, hands back under the shoulders, tuck the toes, coming back into tabletop, and then back into down dog. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Rise up onto the toes. Bend the knees a lot. Then travel towards the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, melt. We'll come on up. And then we'll just move right back down one more time, just like that. Continuing to warm up and really tapping in now to more dynamic movement, but keeping it initiated by the breath. So see if you can find that element of flow of the inhales and the exhales, informing the movement as you move through baby cobra or up dog. And back on in to your down dog. On an inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, step it towards the right hand. Lower the back knee. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, frame the front foot. Inhale, sweep the right leg back and high. Exhale, down dog. Other side, inhale, left leg lifts. Step it forward, back knee down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, frame the front foot. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, down dog. Right into the right side again. Right leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, interlace the hands and bring them right down onto the thigh here. Press, tuck the chin towards the chest, around the spine. And then shift the hips forward, roll the shoulders back, open the heart. Good. Shifting the breath and the body back. Rock it forward. One more time, shift it back. Really taking the stretch into the back of the body. And shifting to the front of the body. On an inhale, arms lift. Frame the front foot. Inhale, sweep the right leg back and high. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, sweep it. Exhale, hands interlace. Inhale, shift the hips back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back. Exhale, forward. Really tucking the chin towards the chest here, kind of closing off that space of the throat and the heart chakra. And then opening them back up as you come back forward. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, frame the front foot. Inhale, left leg sweeps back. Exhale, down dog. Right into the other side, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward. Back knee comes down. And then go ahead and find some blocks or maybe just some pillows if you have them on either side of the foot. If you don't, that's totally okay too. Your hands can just be on the earth. Tuck the back toe, lift the knee, and then on an inhale, lift the hips, press down into the block or the earth. Same thing, tuck the chin towards the chest. Get really high here through the hips, high on this back heel, drawing the belly up and in. And then on an exhale, either soften back into the lunge or drop the back knee all the way down towards the earth. That's the pulse. Inhale, draw it up. Exhale, flow down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, release the arms high. Frame the front foot. And sweep the right leg back. Exhale, down dog. Right into the other side, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward, back knee down, find your blocks. Tuck the back toe, lift the knee, lift the hips, lift high on that heel. Round the spine and tuck the chin towards the chest. Then transfer that opening from the back side of the body to the front with the breath. Good. Again, pull it up. Lower it down. Send the breath to the back space of the body. And to the front. Let's do one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, arms lift. Frame the front foot. Sweep the left leg back in high. Exhale, down dog. Good. Your choice from here. You're coming back into child's. Or maybe flowing forward to plank. Maybe you can come back to down dog from there or take a full flow. Good. Once you're back in down dog, starting to migrate towards the top of the mat. Again, taking your time. Any pauses or additions along the way. Hands down through heart center. Good. And we'll just pause at the top of the mat. Maybe the hands stay to the heart. Maybe they fall down towards the sides. Good. And then take that plumb line, that lengthening of energy through the body, and just shift it to the right. Good. And then come back through center. And then shift it to the right again. And come back through center. 2 more times. Noticing that you're making this little shift, that you're not swinging the right hip out to the side. It's really engaged and pressing you back into the midline. This next time, just shift the hips over to the right and bring the left knee up and towards the chest. We'll bend the knees coming into eagle. Arms are going to come out towards the sides. Palms face up. Reach wide with the arms. And then right arm over left. Palms clasped. If this is too much for the shoulders, just come down here and hug. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, either stay or sit a little lower and drop the elbows down towards the knees. Inhale, option to stay or come back up. Just taking this really slowly, embracing the wobbles here that are likely coming. This challenge of connecting the breath and the body with the drishti, which is the gaze. As you're making this movement, squeezing towards the midline. Good. Go ahead and come down and stay here with equal arms and equal legs. And we're just going to see if we can untuck this left leg and send it back along the mat into a lunge. Back knee is lifted. Even weight through both feet. Maybe rock forward and back just to feel that. And then find evenness through the feet. Press down. Lift through the pelvic floor. Lift the hips. Unpeel the arms. Send them back. Big, nice heart opener here. Add to that by dialing the pinky fingers towards the body, reaching them back. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, the left hand comes down to the inside of the right foot. Right arm lifts. Draw the right hip back here. Press down through the left fingertips and rotate that right shoulder head back as the gaze lifts. Let's stay here. And then lower the back knee down. Options to stay high on this arm. We're going to clasp for the back foot here. Or you can come all the way down onto this left forearm. If you do so, you might want to turn the right toes out here and let the right knee come out towards the side so that that's a little bit kinder in the anatomy of our hips. And then we'll go ahead and release that back foot down, all coming back onto the fingertips. The back knee is down. And just rock it side to side here, coming into lizard. Good. Tuck the back toe. Plant the palms under the shoulders. Lift the knee and draw up into that midline. So you'll see, plank, oftentimes you think about it being super straight, and it is. But I want you just to exaggerate a little bit without hijacking the butt up into the air. Just draw the belly button up and in here like you were trying to squeeze an orange into the belly. Hug the right knee in towards the shoulder. Maybe stay there, just hugging the knee into the tricep, or maybe float the right heel towards the pubic bone. Good. And then press down through the hands. We'll all send that right leg back up and high. Nice. On an exhale, lower the right foot. On an inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step it forward halfway along the mat. Turn the toes to the left side of the mat and lift the left arm. Take a peek down at that right hand. Notice it's under the shoulder and you're not sagging here. Really press. Now the orange is on the right side of the body. Lift the hips and squeeze. Nice, and then we're coming down into reclining Buddha, so just dropping the hip. This is a really nice spot if you need it, or maybe you just want to use it to grab a blanket. And then you can, at this point, let this right shoulder kind of come up by the ear. And just relax. Breathe into this right side body. Maybe flex this right foot, engaging long through the standing leg. Options to stay just like this. Or you can take the forearm to the top of the left knee, making wisdom mudra, the pointer and the thumb come together. And just soften around the breath. Nice, and then from here, we're gonna bend this standing leg, the right leg, and just come to roll off. If you're on a blanket, you'll kind of roll off here, find evenness through the sit bones. We're facing the left side of the mat. Feel through the sit bones. Left big toe mound is pressing here as well. Left hand comes behind. Inhale, the right arm lifts. Exhale, coming around. Into Ardha Matsyendrasana. Inhale, feel length through the spine. Exhale, twist. And then we'll go ahead and come back. From here, just let the right hand come out to the side, left arm sweeps up and over, bend the right elbow in. And part of what's going to give you the stretch here, as this elbow comes in, really glue the left hip down. Reach up and over. Big arm circles here. Good. One more coming into the side bend. Good. And then we're going to turn and place both hands down on towards the mat. This left foot's going to become the standing leg, and the right leg's going to lift and raise behind us into standing splits. Doesn't have to be pretty, doesn't have to be smooth. Just go ahead and find your way in and out to transition, and then reach the right leg high. Good. Inhale, maybe the hands come to blocks, or they come to fingertips and forward in front of you, so a bit of a flat back here. Exhale, bend, squeeze everything in. Inhale, tap the right toes back, open up the heart. Exhale, bend it in. Inhale, standing splits, right leg lifts, heart opens. Exhale, bend. Inhale, tap it back to your lunge. Exhale, bend. One more time through that. Inhale, standing splits, heart lifts forward. Exhale, bend. Inhale, tap it back. This time, weight into the foot. We'll go ahead and inhale, sweep the left leg back and high. Exhale, down dog. Good. Your choice of a flow if you'd like it. Otherwise, we're just making our way back towards the top of the mat, being kind of leisurely and indulgent about it. Maybe that means holding the breath into the space of the heart. Maybe it means really softening into the knees here. Just building in these moments to give some love in to the body through your awareness and your breath. And making your way on up to standing. Palms face forward. Feel your feet. Feel that integrity coming up through the body, lengthening through the top of the head. Feeling through that midline, and then on an exhale, just shift it to the left. Inhale, center. This can be even kind of swayed if you'd like, kind of jazzy. But again, thinking about not giving into that left hip. We'll come over this time, weight into the left foot without swinging out to the side. Bring the right knee in towards the chest, eagle leg, so bending the standing leg. Finding the wrap or just kickstanding. Arms come out towards the side, palms face up. Reach wide, feel the shoulder blades tuck under. Left arm over right. Full eagle, or just hug. Either way. Take a deep breath in, look through the pelvic floor. Stay, or on an exhale, sit lower, tap the elbows down toward the knees. Stay, or just start to take this up and down. If you're moving up and down, this is really powered by that standing leg by squeezing to the midline and drawing the belly button up and in. Especially here as you start to come up without dumping into the low back. You really have to rely on that lower part of the posture and the core strength. It will all come down and meet here. And then see if you can scoot that right foot back. Slowly, 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 maybe hover for a minute, just be playful. Lower the toes down. Rock it back and forth, get even weight through both feet. And then press and lock it in. Unwind the arms, send them back. Airplane arms reach, pinky fingers dial. Feel the whole upper arm bone wrap out in a way as you scoot the heart forward. Breath in. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, left arm up. And this can be very in a line. Some people like bringing the belly towards the thigh here in this twist. For others of us, it might feel nice to kind of lean back and get more expression through the heart. You do you. Nice, and then bring the hand down. Lower the back knee. And we'll let the right hand become the foundation here. Give a gentle press, the shoulder hugs into the midline, bend the back toes, and catch. And stay high, or you can come down low. And if you're down low, you might want to turn the left toes out and left knee out. And just be a little bit kinder to the anatomy of the hips. Notice your breath. Good, and then go ahead and release. Coming back onto both hands. Keep the back knee down, the back toes untucked. And puffing up through the heart and the chest here. Staying in lizard. You can come down even deeper if you'd like. And then walking the hands back up. Under the shoulders, tuck the back toes, lift the knees, lift the hips. So again, you're feeling this sort of engagement with the low body, with the underside of the body here. Hug the left knee in towards the shoulder, the tricep, maybe stay there. Or squeeze into that point and then hover with the left foot. Maybe even tuck it all the way up in towards the pubic bone. Good, and then send it back. Your choice here if you'd like a flow, or you just want to come back into down dog. Totally your jam. Nice. From back in down dog, lift the right leg high on an inhale. Exhale, step it forward halfway. Turn the toes to the right. Press down through that left hand, lift the hips, squeeze that orange into the left side body. Right arm lifts high. Staying here for a few rounds of breath. And then when you're ready, reclining Buddha is next. Lowering the left hip down towards the earth. Maybe you grab that blanket. Send the energy out through the left sole of the foot. Right hand can grab for the right ankle or form to the top of the knee here. Dropping the ear towards the shoulder if that feels nice. Good. And then continuing to bend this left leg, tucking the heel towards the sit bones as you come to sit. And you should feel sitting even here through the sit bones. These are 2 foundation points. A third is right here into the right big toe mount, and the fourth is here on the right fingertips. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Then exhale, find your way into the chest. And again, come back to that metaphor of the ocean if that was powerful to you. Here in Ardha Matsyendrasana, one of my favorite places to explore this. The inhale is really going to want to draw you out of it and lengthen. This is like that pulling back up with energy into the wave. And then on an exhale, like the wave is running onto the beach, move into the twist. Let the next inhale shift the gaze forward. Left hand comes out to the side. Right arm reaches high. Take that side bend, really root through the right head. Reach the right fingertips up and over. And then continue to twist the torso. Right hand comes down. The right foot is going to scooch back onto the mat. Inhale. Left leg lifts. Come forward onto the fingertips here. Square the hips down. Lengthen through the heart forward. Then exhale, bend everything into a tight little ball. Inhale, left toes come back, scoop the heart forward. Exhale, bend. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, bend. Inhale, tap the toe back to lunge. Last time, exhale, bend. Inhale, standing splits, keep the heart forward. And bend. Last time, tap it back. Good. Let the hands come down onto the mat. Inhale, sweep the right leg back and high. Exhale, down dog. Good. Taking a flow again here if you'd like. Exhale out. We'll continue just to breathe here. In down dog, if you're waiting, if you're flowing, beginning to find your way back into that down dog. And then moving into pigeon from here. So we'll come on the right side first with the right leg high. Exhale, shift the shoulders over the wrist. Bring the right knee towards the right wrist. And then come and find your way on down. Any variation of pigeon that feels nice to you today. Sometimes it might feel nice to take a little side-to-side movement here into the hips, into the side bodies. You can stay high. You can come forward. Really letting yourself fall into the breath. And just a couple more breaths. Really feeling into those deeper layers of release in the hips. It doesn't mean you're going deeper, just might mean feeling into where you are right now. Feeling that grounding, that bottom of the trough between the waves. And then start to make your way back up. Really gently coming out super slowly in your own time, in your own way. And we'll shift it back, tucking the back toe with the knee to start here. Get strong through the body. This right leg is still down, of course, but get strong through the body and float that right like that. So you're in full release and pigeon, but you always want to make sure you're engaging to come out of it. So you're protecting the low back, protecting the knees, protecting the shoulders. Just come on into it when you're ready on the other side. If you'd like to take any other movements before you do, you can. Otherwise, float right on in. Set yourself up. Kindness, integrity. You might even want to notice where you can kind of fill some of these holes. So sometimes there's a gap here between the hip and the floor. Sometimes there's one on the other side. You can use blankets or blocks or pillows for any of that. You can always take them out. And then just come on down when you're ready. And if your mind's wandering towards the emotional storyline or something off the mat or to-dos, just see if you can really kindly catch the top of that next wave. And then just exhale, coast it out. Couple more breaths. Good, and then using the hands to walk back up. Planting them under the shoulders, tuck the back knee, lift the hips here, engage through the core, and then float the left leg back and high. Nice, exhale, down dog. And we're just gonna pedal through the feet a little. And we're gonna come into one more posture on our bellies. We're just gonna come lower from plank all the way down. This one can feel really nice with a blanket here at the top of the mat or a pillow. I like to take my arms to stack a little bit here, almost my hands are coming to my elbows. You can also just stack the palms. And you're just gonna turn the left knee out and draw it up to the side. And the shin will come down at about a 90-degree angle from the knee. Turn the gaze to the left and just rest. One of the things I love most about this, in addition to just being a really lovely, gentle, subtle opener for the hip and for the inside of the thigh here, is the feeling of the power of my breath in the front space of my body. So noticing when I'm inhaling into my belly and my heart, how much capacity there is to move my body in ways that aren't usually the way that I'm moving when we're vertical or sitting up straight. So when your body's pressed into the ground, you can really feel that power of the breath, that power of the heart, expanding the rib cage, pressing the earth away in ways that are different. Good, and we're going to come on up from here to the forearms and just pause. Maybe a gentle pressing down of the left hip, flexing through the foot. And then we're going to transition onto our backs from here. So this is a little tricky. Scoot the right arm under the left and come to roll down onto that right shoulder. And scoot the hip around. We're going to take the right hand to the top of the left knee and then peel it open into this twist. So now we're here on our backs. Just a couple more breaths here. Again, noticing the inhales and the exhales. The breath in for me is really relevant here into the space of the heart. I can feel this expansion. On an exhale is that invitation to let that come back to center and even drop the back of my heart and my left shoulder down towards the earth. Letting more of my back body receive that stretch and grounding. Good. And then we're just going to roll right back out of it the way that we came in. So roll back to the right. Let the left knee glide out. Come back down onto the elbows here for a minute. And then send the left leg long. You can just rock side to side with the hips or bend the knees. Rock it side to side. And then we'll come in the other direction. So legs long. Grab your pillow or your blankie if you have it. The right knee is going to come out to the side. It's probably going to come about hip height for most of us. It can come higher or not as high, just depending on what's comfortable to you. Pick the head up and turn the gaze to the right. And again, looking for those peaks and valleys in the breath. So on the inhale, you might feel the back space of the kidneys, the back of the right rib cage, any of these other places that are receiving the energy and fullness of the breath kind of pop up and lift. And then on the exhale, just see where you can soften. On an inhale, go ahead and scoot the pillow or the blanket away. We'll come up onto the forearms here for just a moment. You can drop the chin towards the chest, get a nice stretch through the back of the shoulder blades, aided by pressing the forearms in towards the earth a little bit. Nice, and then the left arm is going to thread through, come down onto the right, or come down onto the left side body, the right knee is up and over, moving into this twist. As you come into the twist, sometimes that little cut through move doesn't land you into the best alignment here into your twist. Which doesn't mean that you did anything wrong. It was just the way that gravity worked that particular time. It's like mini golf. So just adjust your body. If it's not feeling right, or if it's feeling like you've got a little twinge somewhere, just come on at it. You're bringing me into the chest, then move back into the twist. Don't linger in the discomfort if you don't have to. And then we'll work our way on out. So glide the right knee back, roll back onto the belly. The knee glides away from the hip. Just take a moment here on your hips. And then send the leg back down and along the mat. And just rock it side to side. Bend the knees if that feels nice, otherwise just give a nice rock. And then we'll take the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes very gently, coming on up to tabletop. Just take a moment here to pause. Maybe even coming forward and back through the hips and the shoulders. Waking back up the core here, feeling that elongate into the low back. Nice. And then cross at the ankles. And we're going to come down onto the backs. So bring a block with you if you've got one. If you don't, that's totally fine. Just come on down. Moving into bridge. Soles of the feet are parallel, heels in close towards the sit bones. Knees are distance apart. We'll take the hands down for this first variation. Press the palms down. Roll the spine up from the base of the vertebrae all the way on up. Chin is lifted towards the ceiling. Good. And then as you're coming into this upper range, press down through the big toe mounds, wrap the inner thighs down. See if you can release a little bit through the glutes. And then lift through the space where the hamstring plugs into the glute muscles instead. You should feel that your low back kind of releases. And then breathe the space of the heart, the sternum, up into the chin. A nice, gentle throat lock here. Take a deep breath in. And then on an exhale, roll it down. One vertebrae at a time, expanding space between the spine as you roll it down. Arms come wide, lift the chin up. Nice, and then let the chin come in neutral, rocking these side to side. And we'll take one more variation. You can do the same exact thing. Or you can take a restorative variation, which is why we have the block here. If that's feeling nice to you, I'll show you. If you're going to come into active bridge, go ahead and do it. If you're coming into restorative, I'm just going to pop the hips up onto a block. Probably the medium or the lowest setting. Most likely not the highest for most of us. And I want you, if you're in this restorative posture, just to feel, breathe, to really emphasize this grounding through the back space of the hips. You might even take the hands here to the front of the hips and just give a gentle pressure down. If you're in the active variation, when you're ready to come out, come out. And take the knees to windshield wiper side to side, and then let the soles of the feet find the outside edges of the mat, and just bring the knees towards the midline. And let one hand come to the heart, one come to the belly. We'll be there in a second. You're in this restorative variation, the hands are on the hips, just lower them down to the sides, palms down, press, lift up gently, just to slide the block out. Roll it down. Good, take a breath. Then heel toe the feet to the outside edges of the mat, let the knees come to the midline. Hand to heart, hand to belly. Just chill out for a minute. See if you can let go of whatever path led you through practice today, whatever moments of ease you had, whatever moments of struggle you had, whatever spaces of spaciousness you came up against, or maybe even walls in the physical body or the breath, and perhaps mental. So you can let all that wash away, and clearly with that sort of divine attention and awareness, just come to rest in your breath. God, that feels good. Just notice what's here. Notice all the color. Notice all the qualities. Notice the power and also the ease of your breath. It's both soft and strong at the same time. And if this feels nice just to stay here, you can. If you want, you can extend the legs long. Options to keep the hands here at the heart and the belly. Or maybe it might feel nice just to give a nice press up into the heart and the belly with the body on the next inhale. And then on the exhale, you might just unfold, come wide. Every time you think that you're broken, know this: you are never really breaking. No one can break an ocean, darling. All you are doing is breaking the glass that is holding you back, diving deeper into your own depths, discovering yourself in pockets of the most somber waves, and rebuilding your heart with coral, with seaweed, with moon colored sand dust. Stop trying to hold yourself back inside that glass. It was never meant to hold you. Instead, break it, shatter it into 1,000 pieces, and become who you were always meant to be: an ocean, proud and whole. Stay here if this feels lovely. If you don't have anywhere to go after class today and you want a bit more here, rest with the breath, please stay. And if you want to come on up to seated, and that's um, fitting of your timeline and fitting of your energy, you can just start to take some gentle movement. Find yourself onto your side body. Take a beat. Take any movements you need, and then we'll come on up to seated. Let the breath come into alignment with the body as you're coming into this final resting posture. If it feels good, you can bring the hands to heart center. You can also stack them or keep them down onto the thighs. There's some place where you again can connect back to that ease of the breath. And we'll just take a moment to acknowledge everything, everything that we can, that conspired for us today to get us onto the mat. Look for the big things, look for the small things. Look for the things that you didn't think were helping and notice that they too conspired. And then you can bring the thumbs to the third eye, lifting the chin slightly, or keep the hands at heart center and just take a moment to acknowledge this space, this community with whom we get to practice today. For all the lessons the practice might have given us, subtle and otherwise, for all this, we'll fold forward, sealing our time together and sending these gifts out into the world where they're needed. Namaste, everybody.